Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making Sicilian beef broth. Broth in Sicilian is Brodu. So from what I've heard, broth isn't very common in Sicilian cooking, and it's mostly seen as something that's for sick people, but it is used in one dish from Messina that's for Easter, so I'll be posting that closer to Easter time, and that's what I'm using the broth for. And then the meat that's in the broth is going to be for another video where I use it with the sauce I already made, salsa di San Bernardo. These are all the ingredients for the Sicilian beef broth. So first I'm going to cut the carrot into large chunks. And then I'm going to do the same with the celery. The next step is to quarter the onion. And I'm also adding the ingredients to the pot as I prepare them. I'm also just going to throw in the parsley and the bay leaves right now, and all of the peppercorns. I've also heard it's a good idea to put cloves in the onion so that they don't get lost in the pot, but there's already all these black peppercorns, so I'm just gonna throw them in. Now I'm gonna chop the tomato a little and then try to crush it with the side of the knife. And now that I've peeled the garlic, I'm just crushing it with the side of the knife, and then I'll add it to the pot. Now I'm going to dump in the beef bones. And now I'm going to cut up the beef chuck into 3-inch chunks. Now I'm covering everything with water and letting it simmer for 2 to 4 hours. Actually, first I'm supposed to bring the pot to a boil and then lower it to a simmer. I'm also starting to scrape off some of this foam that's gathering at the top. Now that it's about halfway through simmering, it's time to add a tablespoon of salt. Now that the broth is done, I'm going to add the basil sprig, which is quite wilted at this point. And I'm turning off the heat and letting it cool. So I'm going to pull the meat chunks out of the water, out of the water first, and just put them on a plate, since I'm going to be eating them in another dish. And then I'm also pulling the carrot out for the same purpose. And then I'm removing the larger solid ingredients and discarding them. Now it's time to strain the remaining solids through a strainer. So I'm gonna try a little bit of the broth right now just to see how good it is, but as I said before, I'm saving most of it for later and I'm gonna be freezing it. So that's definitely the best broth I've ever had. They do say that homemade broth is better than store-bought, which makes sense, but wow, I'm excited to use this in the near future. Thank you for joining me on this journey to make Brodo, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.